guys, it's Christina the Walking Mama, and today I have for you cloth diaper accessories. I've already done videos on different types of cloth diapers, different absorbencies, and how to wash them. So today I'm just talking about some of the accessories that you might need and then some that you might want. So I'm going to start off with the two that I think that you definitely should have, at least to get you started. The first one is definitely something I really consider a must-have in terms of cloth diapering, and that is wet bags. So wet bags are a bag that you put your soiled diapers in order to store them until you're ready to wash them. They come in a lot of different sizes. Some are considered wet dry bags and some are just wet bags, and I'll show you both of those. So in terms of wet bags, so this is one of the smallest ones that they make. This one will hold about a diaper, maybe two, depending on the size that you have. But if you can see, it's that waterproof material that's the same as on the outside of cloth diapers, so it really helps keep the moisture and any smells in. I really like this size when my daughter was a little bit older because I was able to store just one diaper, and so if I was only going out to be out for a couple hours, I would have one diaper that I could put in here. I did eventually get to the point where I could put the clean diaper in here, and then I would just take it with me, and then when I changed her, I would put the soiled diaper in here because the clean diaper would then be on her. I also like this in terms of like an in and out bag, so you're just running into like Target or Walmart, and then you're going to come right back out and you leave your big diaper bag in the car. One diaper is all that's really going to fit in here. If you were using newborn size diapers, two might fit, but I'm not sure about that because I haven't done newborn cloth diapering yet. But I really liked having the small size. This is definitely something that you could wait on getting. I'll try to find a link to leave these down below, but I actually got this on eBay for like $1. So I was very happy with that, and it was free shipping. These I have actually also used in a pinch to protect my cell phone when we were at a pool, or I actually did it once when we were on a walk and it started raining, and it was the only thing I had in my stroller to protect my phone from the rain, and it actually did work because my phone still works. So I really like having these around. The next size up is going to be your medium size wet bag, and this will normally hold probably 4 or 5 cloth diapers. This is just a wet bag, so there's just the one opening, and this is Bale & Jessie. But I think it's originally THX brand and it was just rebranded. And it's got a little hook on it so I could hang it on the back of something. Although my favorite of my medium wet bags is actually a wet dry bag. And so you can see there's an opening here and then there's an opening here. And so what I would do when I would go out is I would actually take my clean diapers and put them in this piece right here in this dry part, and then as the diapers got dirty I would put them in this opening part, so that way I had one device that had all of my diapers both clean and dirty in them. I also like that this has a snap on the end, so I could hook it onto the outside of my stroller, or even onto the outside of my diaper bag if it got that bad. I have used these for a lot of things other than just for cloth diapering. I like using them when I'm going to like a pool, or I know we're going to get wet, because I can store dry clothes in one part and then wet swimsuits in the other. But this is my favorite of my sizes of wet bags. This is normally what I will take with me when I go out for more than just a couple of hours. And then the next size is considered a large wet bag. This is actually a hanging wet bag, and it is quite large, so it'll hang from here, and it is maybe 3 feet long. I actually hang this on the back of my bathroom door, and this is what I hold all of my dirty, just wet diapers in between washing. There are some that you can use as like a pail liner where it's got elastic up at the top. However, I really found that I wanted to have the zipper because for a while my daughter was getting into the diaper pail and I didn't like the openness of it. This, when I needed her to not be able to get into it, I would just zip it closed. This is again that Bale & Jessie label, but I definitely think this one is a THX brand. I liked having two of the hanging wet bags. I'm actually going to have 4 for my next child because I have an upstairs and a downstairs now. So I want to have one in each bathroom so that I don't have to take dirty diapers up or down the stairs. I liked having 2 because that way I had one in use and one for the wash, so I didn't have to worry about constantly changing them. With the pail liner or the hanging wet bag, when it was full, I would take it off the door, walk it over to the washing machine, unzip it, dump everything in, and then just drop it in afterwards. So that way this got washed too. In terms of the medium wet bags, I would recommend one for every day between laundry. So if I wash laundry every 3 days, I would want 3 of these. That way I always have one to take in my diaper bag. If I was going to do daycare, I would probably add one more and just kind of leave it in the diaper bag just in case, because I have heard horror stories about daycares throwing away cloth diapers because they didn't have a wet bag to store them in. The same thing with the small wet bag. Again, I would do one for every day between laundry. So again, if you're having 3 days between your washing or you wash every 3rd day, I would have 3 of these. The other thing that I would recommend starting with in terms of cloth diaper accessories are wipes. I really like using cloth wipes for a couple of different reasons, and as you can see, I have a bunch of different types. So this is a baby washcloth. This is a wipe made by Bum Genius. This is flannel. This is a little bit thinner. This is a regular old washcloth that I got at Walmart in a pack for like 18 for $3 or $4. These little ones I actually got for free off of a buy-sell trade on Facebook. She was done with cloth diapering and she was wanting to give them away, and I absolutely love, it's got little caterpillars and flowers and stuff. I definitely like this size when it is just a wet diaper. I do not like this size when it comes to poop. I definitely want to have one of the bigger options. When my daughter has gotten a rash, the 3 times that it's happened, I really liked having the flannel version for that because it was really soft against really tender skin. So I really liked that. But when it comes to the poop, I definitely prefer the ones that are more like a terry cloth because it has more grip to them. And I really like using cloth wipes because there's no added effort really in terms of it, because you just wash them with your diaper laundry. 99% of the time I would take my dirty diaper and put the dirty wipe in the wet bag at the same time. I wash them together, I dry them together. There's really not a lot of extra work except for getting this wet. I do plan on doing an entire video on different methods for using cloth wipes, so make sure you're subscribed to see that one. But the number one thing I use in terms of cloth wipes to get it wet is actually this right here, and I don't know if it's going to focus. It is the Honest Company Soothing Bottom Wash, and I don't know if you can see how much I've actually used of this. This is my 2nd bottle, and I cloth diapered for 3.5 years. What I would do when I was at home, because my diapers were located on the front of the door of my bathrooms, I would just run the wipe under the sink. Also, when I was out and about, 99% of the time, I did end up changing my daughter in a bathroom, so I could always get this wet. But if I was at home and I knew it was going to be a bad poop, I would get this wet and then spray this on top of it. And that gives me a little bit like of, I don't want to say detergent, but it gives me a little bit more soap. So it helps actually get a little bit extra of that stuff off. And then when I would go out and about and I wanted to make sure I had something just in case, so I would actually take this little bottle. I think I got it at either Target or Walmart. It was $1. And I would pour maybe about a half an inch, just, you know, a little bit down in the bottom, and then fill it up the rest of the way with water, just in case I didn't have access to a sink. I always had this with me, and this is actually the perfect size to store inside one of these little wet bags, so I would always have this in there just in case it leaked. The wet bag is going to protect the rest of my diaper bag from in case this leaked. I've never had it actually leak though. Now, the next 2 items are not ones that you need until baby is not exclusively breastfed. So if they start formula, when you start solid, then you have to remove the poop to the toilet. I did an entire video on how to deal with poop, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about that. When it comes time to remove the solid waste to the toilet, I definitely recommend having liners. And so these are two different types of liners. These are ones that were actually gifted to me. They were purchased on either eBay or Amazon. I'll try to find a link for these. They were originally supposed to be sold as inserts, but they are not nearly absorbent enough for that. So I use them as liners. This is one that I made myself. It's just a piece of micro fleece. I put one of my inserts on top of it and chopped them up. Some of them look a lot better than others because this was my first round, but I have 4 or 5 different colors because I got remnants and was able to use those, which were a lot cheaper. And then there are also disposable liners, and they come on this big roll like this, and I think you get like 200 for like $10. So it's not really economical to use these every single time, but I really like having them when I go on vacation because I don't take my sprayer with me. The sprayer's coming up in just a sec. So this is it's like a bamboo piece, and as you can see, it's a little bit see-through. It's very, very light. All 3 of these individually will go between baby and diaper, and so that way when the poop happens, if you use this type, you can actually shake this whole piece away, and this is flushable. So you can flush this with the poop down the toilet, and it doesn't normally have to be sprayed. It really just depends on the quantity of poop. In terms of the washable ones, I really liked being able to spray this instead of having to spray the diaper itself, because the diapers have elastic on the side, and with this it helps kind of keep that poop in the center. Also, because this is a wicking material, my daughter didn't feel wet, which I really, really like. This tended to stay a little bit wet, and so she didn't really like it that much. But again, we only use it on vacation. With both of these, I used them as soon as we started solids, and I used them the entire time we would diaper, because that way when the poop happens, because she wasn't on a schedule, it made it a lot easier for us to clean it up, because this sprays off a lot easier than the diapers. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about is a cloth diaper sprayer. And I actually have a video in my bathroom showing you how I do that. Alright, so this is a diaper sprayer. As you can see, it hooks down to the very bottom of the toilet right here, and there's a little lever that I can move up and down to adjust the pressure. I don't have it on anywhere near the highest amount of pressure. It did not take me long to install it at all. It says on the packaging, no tools required. I did end up having to use a wrench because it was obvious that a stronger person than me is the one that tightened the bolt, so I had to get a wrench to get that leverage for it, but it's not normally required. And then I will just spray directly into the toilet, and it gets all the poop off. And then right here, I have my little bucket from Target. It is a push lever. I really like this because it has this removable insert in it that I can sterilize as necessary. And so when I'm done spraying a poopy diaper, it is saturated with water. So I like to put it in that bucket until I'm ready to wash them. So that is everything that I use as accessories in terms of cloth diapering. Make sure you hit that red subscribe button so you don't miss any of the future videos about cloth diapering, because I've got a few more left to go, including how to cloth diaper on a dime. So really, really cheap way of cloth diapering. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss that. And if you like videos about cloth diapering, please give me a big thumbs up so I'll know to keep making them. Thanks everybody. Bye-bye.